key, we are going to give the message ID, message underscore ID, that's partition key, and then we are also going to add a sort key. Okay, so the sort key will be event type and then event time. Event type, sorry, there will not be any sort key, but in fact there will be a secondary indices. In a secondary indices, we have a partition key first, event type, and then there will be a sort key. This will be into, let's say, event type, and then event time. So here we are having event type and event time to sort key, and just add these indices. Now everything is okay. Now let's create it. Now a new table named as YouTube underscore mailing will be created. So in this table, we are going to store our, let me show you what we are going to store. We are going to store a message ID. This is message ID. So this message ID is unique for every message. Okay. So even if I send a multiple email to a same email, then it will generate a new message ID to each to every email. That means it will keep the history when an email was sent to an email address and how many times it was sent to a particular email address. That information can be got, okay, can be get with this table. Now let's go to the YouTube underscore database. Inside the item, see, this was the problem. This was the problem. If you notice that earlier event type was open, but as soon as I sent a new message to my email address, now this event type has been changed to as a delivery. That means previous information has been lost. Okay, so the previous information has been lost. That means if you want to have a previous information, you have to have a new database in which it must store all the messages information which was sent to the customers, regardless of multiple emails to the same email. That means we are going to write a new function once again, one more time. So here, so let's come to here. Okay. Now we are going to here const, create an item first, const item, and then item is equal to, first is message ID, message underscore ID. If you remember, that's the primary index, okay, primary key for YouTube underscore mailing database or mailing table. ID, that's the message dot mail dot message ID. This is here, this is a message ID, this message ID. Okay, here this one is the message ID. Okay, in fact both are the unique message ID. So we are going to take this message ID. So once you get that message ID, okay, so we have got message ID. Now the next we are going to get an email. Okay, so that email is destination email. So the message.mail.destination, we are going to take it from the 0th location. And after that, event type is equal to message dot event type. Okay, and then event time, this is actual event time. Okay, so the actual event time, that's mean, sorry, the sent time. So the sent event time, This is sent event time. Once this is ready, now we are going to create parameters. Okay, so the const and mailing params. Mailing params is equal to first table name, and here we have table name YouTube mailing, and item is item. Now let's put this item into a database. Somehow there is some error. Let's check what is the error. Identifier has been already declared. So what we can do, we can perhaps it is constant, so we cannot change that. So we can say it as a mailing item. Perhaps that will work here, and then we can say here as a mailing item. Okay, and now we are going to put this into a DynamoDB. So dynamo dot put item. So the put item will put the item into a DynamoDB, and after that we need mailing params. Okay, so mailing params. Then we are going to create a new function to handle the error and the data. Okay, so it will return error and data. So if there is error, then it will, it will print that into a console error. Else, that means if there is no error, it will print the data to the CloudWatch. Right? So here we have successfully also written another function. Now let's save it and see. So once we save it, and now what we are going to do, we are going to see into our YouTube mailing. But before that, there is no message here. So there is no message to process. So what we can do, we can send a new message once again, or we can just open our previous message. It was into the spam. I had actually sent so many emails. Okay, so Google is too smart. Sometimes it classify it as spam. But you must not face with your email addresses. So 11 minutes ago it was sent. And here you must have available one message. Now within 1 minute, this one message will be processed, and once this message is processed, it will update the database. First it will update this database, YouTube database, and this event type will be changed to the open. And once this email type changed to the open, at the same time, after a little while, it will update YouTube_mailing. So let's keep it refreshing. So we'll get to know as soon as it changes to the open. Okay, so it changes to open. Now let's come to the mailing and just refresh it. No, it's not storing. So perhaps there is some error must have been occurred. Okay, so let's see what is the error. So we can go into log, then YouTube. Here is the recent one. This is new message, and it says that there is a validation exception. One or more parameter values were invalid. Type mismatch for index key event time expected yes. Okay, so index key event time was expected yes, but actual is n. Right? So somehow I have made a little mistake. Let me see where I have made that mistake. In which database? So let's see here, global index. Yes, so here is a problem actually. I have made an index here. So the primary partition key is event type is string, and the sort key is event time, that is also string. But it must not be as a string. It must be, the number, like here. See, this is number. Since event time is a number, it's not a string. So what we can do, we can delete this index. Once I delete this index, then we have to create another index once again. So first, primary index here. Sorry, that's the event type, that is string, and then we need a sort key, that must be a number, that is event time, and just create this. So what it is doing, actually it is still deleting that. So let's wait for that. Yes, now it has deleted that successfully. So here it is event type. This is event time, and then this is number. Just create this index. So once we create this index, event type and event time, event type is string and event time is a number. So this is the error what it was saying that. Okay, it was asking actually, the n, that's the number, but it has got, sorry, it was asking as a number, but it has got yes. Okay. So what we can do, we have to send a message once again to that email address. DynamoDB, we can see here a final testing. So just send it. Once we send it, it will receive a message to our SQS. There must be a 2 message, and once this message is processed, it should store that email addresses here in YouTube mailing. However, it is still creating this